Hello everybody, this is Molly again. Well, I'm off and rolling. This is my second YouTube video. I've been crafting like crazy, trying to create some pretty things, inspired by all of you wonderful women out there. And what I have brought to you now is a mini album I've made with the Flora and Fauna group by Kay & Company. And once again, Laura Dennison from Following the Paper Trail was my inspiration for the style, and it was an envelope mini. I created the envelopes myself with cardstock and covered them with the decorator paper. So let's get started. As you can see, the cover is got the Flora and Fauna, some Prima bling, obviously the Kay & Company butterflies. This one I kind of doctored up and changed the coloration by adding a layer, 2 layers together to create it. Here's one of the stickers from Kay & Company, if you can see it. Pretty sweet memories. And then of course lots of Prima flowers throughout the thing. This little cluster of paper flowers here, if you can see them, was from a company called 32 North that I found on the internet that does a lot of pretty little paper flowers. Ribbons, as you can see, I've used a lot of pretty ribbons with a wonderful fairy tale look to them. And then this little charm here, I've seen a lot of you ladies create things like this, so I had to give it a try. Got a Swarovski beautiful rose quartz crystal there, a butterfly, a charm here, another charm I created. And then hiding behind all this is a little heart that just says made with love. I thought that was a sweet touch. Then getting started. This page, of course, you can see a pretty feather. It's got a pretty little green tint to it. Some of the die cuts. And then, let me bring this up to the camera. You can see some of the border stickers and one of the little die cuts. Just added a little bit of bling to it. One of the pretty papers. I don't know how you're supposed to ever cover these papers with pictures or anything. They're just so pretty. And let me get some of the cards I made out. Some pretty little Prima lace. I believe it's Prima. It's got a golden touch to it. One of the pretty pieces of paper cut out. And then here I've used some of the Kay & Company die cuts and of course some Prima flowers that I used. And I'm saying Prima, I actually think these may have been from the recollections from Michael's collection out of those jars. This, if you can see, is a pretty piece of dyed rayon seam binding, pretty blues and dark colors in that, are real pretty. And then this is one of the pieces of a die cut. It's actually one of the small sections of a border that I cut out, if you can see how pretty that is. These pages you're going to see without the journaling pages are actually from the Kay & Company journaling notebook. Some of them I left the little tear parts across the top, you can see. Okay, there's my little cat. Now go away. And then again on the next tag, got a Prima, one of the pretty flowers there. Again, another butterfly, the journaling tag. And then on this side, I just did a different orientation, again with the butterfly and die cuts. The book keeps to the same format throughout, so it'll be easy to go through. Here's one of the pieces of ribbon from Michael's with the recollection collection that they've just come out with. The beautiful butterfly button and some of the paper. This page right here, if you can see, that is some beautiful fibers that I've used. Some of them sparkly, and they all have the golden and burgundy and teal coloration. Had to add just a little bit of sparkle to the butterfly with some glitter. And then The World is But a Canvas to the Imagination by Thoreau. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, beautiful collection. Okay, the tag in here, what I liked about some of the butterflies, these were from an earlier Kay & Company collection, but they blended real well, is they have the acetate wings that kind of popped up. I thought that was a cute touch. Again, some of the Prima or Prima-like flowers, some of the golden touches. And then this is just a strip of border that I've added across the bottom. So a real pretty touch there. Going on, again, one of the acetate, or actually this is a vellum butterfly I put on this page. And then this spray right here, if you can see it, is from Michael's, from their new spring collection that they've got for the home decor. And I just took one of the sprigs of it and made a pretty addition. Prima lace right here, one of the die cuts or papers I've cut out. This is an older Kay & Company die cut, and then this is a piece of a charm piece of jewelry that I've got from Hobby Lobby that I added on the plate that was just a real pretty vintage look. Prima flowers, some bling, one of the journaling plates. This was one of the vellum die cuts I think is so pretty. Some Prima flowers, some beautiful little, the half-back pearls. And aren't those journaling pieces just so pretty? Okay. Beautiful piece of Recollection lace, copying the Prima look. This was a hat pin or stick pin that I made using some charms. I think I got those from Michael's one day. Added some pretty crystals to them. You can see that's kind of a harlequin coloration to that crystal. Some beautiful beading in there. And this was a Prima flower I had been having. I didn't know what to use it for, and I finally found the perfect thing, I think, for it. Matched this collection so well. It's a beautiful kind of canvas flower. Again, from the journaling book. Isn't that a beautiful butterfly? Didn't have to do anything with those. They were already sparkled up. Little Prima flower. Love it. Some beautiful pieces of ribbon there. I like the variegated coloration of it. And then I added just a little of the glossy accents there to bring that butterfly out. I think these are such pretty papers. That border piece that I told you about earlier, here's another little section of it cut out with just the word harmony on it. These were some old quotes and sayings that I've collected over the years and liked and glued down. Here I think you get a better look at some of the leaves. Pretty feathers, excuse me, leaves. And this was the second flower in that Prima collection that I'd been having on hand that I liked so much. Okay, let's take a look at these tags. See if I can get them out. Again, the journaling piece, one of the die cut pieces. You don't have to do much creation here. It's just so fun to put the pretty things together. Of course, I did some inking and things like that. Pretty little piece tag with a ribbon for journaling. Layered a couple of Prima flowers together. This one I had added, it came in the pretty blue hydrangea color already, but I did a little bit of doctoring of the color there to get it a pretty, little bit more purples going into it. This page was just right out of one of the papers. I think it's so sweet. One of the butterfly die cuts with added the bird on top. I think is so pretty. It's the birds and butterflies together. This paper was just pretty by itself, so I didn't do much to it except adding the bird on the branch die cut to it. This was a little tag that came into it, and then I did a rub on the top of the little label. Confessions of My Heart. I can't wait to see what I add to that page. And then here's some more tags. These right here are more of the borders. Just the entire collection is so beautiful. Of course, I die cut the edges here with the Martha Stewart punch. Did a second layer and glued it on top so it'd be a little sturdier to pull on. And then here's another one of the journaling pages. You can see from a sketch mark. This is one of the pieces of Prima bling that was left over when I altered the front. Did some pretty ribbon on the top here. Another Martha Stewart punch on the bottom. Real plain page here, but I just popped it with a little pink there. And of course, when I select my matting or journaling, I'll carry that color forward as well. Okay, we're getting close to the end now. And the greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. And I'm giving it a whirl on these pretty pieces of crafting that y'all are teaching me how to do. Another stick pin that I created. I don't know if you can see how pretty that bead is. It's just lovely. Got layered pearls in there. And then another Prima flower. And another one of the butterflies with the acetate wings. And then that's the back cover. Ladies, I want to thank y'all so much for teaching me these things in this Flora and Fauna collection for Kay and Company. I want to thank them for making it for me. I swear they made that collection just for me. This was something else I had done with the collection I wanted to share with y'all. It's just a one-page 12 by 12 layout. You get in the pads, you get 2 and 3 pieces of each. So I took a couple of the layers, layered them up, used some Prima flowers I've been having on hand, saving for something special. And then, if you can see here, let me see if I can get around my tripod, I took one of the pieces of paper, cut out a second layer, and then doctored them up with a little watercoloring along the edge to add some color, and then just a little bit of bling. So, Flora and Fauna from Kay and Company, must have. Thank y'all so much.